And as we mentioned earlier, Scottie Scheffler off an historic 7-win season last year, which included an Olympic gold medal. This is how Scheffler, who last played competitively at the President's Cup, began his round. It's the claw grip, Smiley, that we saw for the first time today.
It's a big surprise, and one in which we're curious to see how far he's going to extend that claw grip out on the green.
Trying to win this event for the second straight time. This for birdie. And Scheffler, you saw him use that claw grip. That is newsworthy.
On a good line.
He's an excellent wedge player. You go back and look at his wedge stats for the year, proximity to the hole.
Scottie trying to make another birdie.
Yeah, with that conventional grip. So, oh, boy, that was looking good until the end there. So it looks like maybe 6-7 feet in, he's going with the claw. Outside of that, he's going back to the conventional, which is what he did all of last year when he won 7 times.
It'll be interesting to monitor, Kurt, because sometimes players on left to right putts, for instance, may go to a different grip. They see it better. Their eyes are more aligned, more square. So
that's really well done out of that Bermuda rough. That can be very unpredictable. Your contact in that ball sits down, and the putter down the grip. I mean the finger down the grip. That's all new. That whole grip.
That's new. You're exactly right, Kurt. Really good angle. You could see that finish, trying to turn it right to left into this hole. What a surprise, Dan, hitting his number.
For a read.
Wait a minute, he's got the saw going.
We saw Cameron Young misread that putt earlier today as well, moving to the right.
Here comes that Scottie shot you talked about, Kurt.
I think he's got room to make good contact. If that ball had pinned itself up against a little taller piece of Bermuda back there, that Bermuda rough, it would have made it much more difficult. But
going for the hammer 3-wood. Needs this ball to fall a little to the right.
Hey, that'll be just fine right there. Speaking of bad quarter plaque.
Yeah, good lie here. Just the pitch and run should break from his left to right as it runs out of gas.
Yeah, just like that, gonna just trickle away, but that's gonna be an uphill putt for Scottie Scheffler.
That'll be a birdie attempt for Scheffler. Kind of middle of the pack kind of stuff. So you wonder, why in the world would you mess with your putting stroke after a year like that? But he's trying to improve in every facet of his game.
And you see the saw grip with the right hand, but also the left hand, that pointer finger is down the shaft. That's something that's different as well.
Hanging.
hung out to the right, didn't it, Bones? But it's safely on the green.
Yeah, just hung on there.
And he does it with a smile on his face most of the time.
But that's Scheffler. That's who he is.
Yep.
Right? It doesn't matter what he's doing.
He loves to compete. That he says it all the time. That's what makes him happy, competing and trying to win.
Cozies that one up there. It's like you'll cut your heart out when he's competing, but he's also doing it with kindness on the other shoulder.
I've played with pickleball against this man.
Oh,
you don't want none of it. He is so competitive, just like you're talking about.
And what's amazing about him, Smiley, we were talking about this earlier, Kurt, as well. He doesn't want to be a star. He wants to be great. It's a huge difference in professional sports.
Does take a hop out of there, but a good try for Scheffler. It was makeable.
Yep, cutting in there. Good looking shot from here.
Oh. Okay. So they had the 6 out. They went to the 7. The cut takes a little bit off of there. Let's see if he goes conventional grip. No, going to go with the saw with the finger down the grip.
And that's the longest putt he's had today where he's used the saw.
I think the stroke looks good doing it. I mean, there was nothing wrong with the stroke last year when he won 7 times either, but.
This is hammered and perfect. He went straight for his tee.
There's no better feeling than seeing it come out the window that you're looking for at 18, Bones.
For the last couple of years, this is a thing of beauty. Repetitive, consistent, right on the screws.
Look at that width of his hands at the
high
top.
The hands are.
Nice pause. Slides a little bit with his lower body. The way his feet work, I wouldn't try this at home, folks. Only Scottie Scheffler is able to consistently be able to find the middle of the face with that type of footwork.
Boy, getting right after it. This is actually left of the flag. Very aggressive.
Pretty dang good right there.
Yes, indeed. So Scheffler employs the saw grip next to Sahith, and they both end up with nice closing birdies. That's the longest putt that Scheffler made today.
Side Scottie Scheffler, he's not too bothered about whether we call it the claw or the saw, but I have to speak to him about the new putting grip. Can you explain why the change?
Yeah, I just think I'm always looking for little ways to improve, and it's something that Phil had mentioned to me last year when we first started working together, and over the last couple of months it's something that we kind of fiddled around with, and figured, this is a good week for me to kind of try things out. And I think there's some benefits for me in my putting stroke, the way that grip kind of works versus my older grip, and so doing a little bit of testing this week is how I would describe it.
That's what it seemed like, because you were going back and forth between the two during the round. Can you explain why?
Oh yeah, the longer putts I did with my old grip, just because it's more about, I just have a better feel for the speed, and I feel like the closer I get to the hole, that's when I can do more of the other grip, just because I haven't had enough time to totally, I would say, get used to it speed-wise, and my touch from long range has always been pretty good, and that's something that I probably wouldn't want to change very much.
Well, it was a pretty nice putt on 18 to finish off a good round. Thanks, Scottie.
Thanks.
Thanks for watching the PGA Tour. For more, click here. To subscribe, click here.